quarter, like the chunk starting from like, I don't know, 5 minutes into the first quarter or something.
It's a good game.
Yeah. The I know the Pistons beat them, right? Once.
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah, and I kind of watching them today, I was thinking like I feel like the Pistons just have it's a good matchup for them, like just positionally the way their team is. Because sometimes that just happens, where it's like this pesky team that's like not as good, but just because of the makeup of their team, they can play you well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's always tough to tell this early in. They're 1-5, so they're worst in the East right now. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if Jeremy Grant keeps playing the way he is, I mean, I guess I kind of forgot who's on the team. I mean, Blake Griffin, of course, is still there. He was out last game, actually. He was in for this one. But of course he's there, and they added Jeremy Grant, and so like he was just playing out of his mind. So I mean, I don't know if that's like a product of mismatches with Boston, or if he just if they actually might be one of those teams that steals a few wins from other teams here and there. So I don't know. I'm curious to see.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant going there was interesting. Like I thought he was going to try to go somewhere where he could contribute to like an already successful team, but it seems like the appeal of having a larger role over there drew him in, and like he's taking a lot of shots. Like he's way more involved in things, and I guess on that first game against Boston, like he was hitting him.
He was. I was wondering if there was a thing of maybe people are wanting to play for Dwayne Casey because they like his coaching abilities, but okay. I don't know if that's I don't know if the draw of that is enough to go to a team that doesn't look like they're going anywhere, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's I gotta say, at least in the games against Boston, Jeremy Grant on the Pistons has been impressive. I mean,
great. Yeah,
looking at him today, he shot 50%, 8 for 16, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Doing his thing.
Yeah,
has a stronger line than Blake Griffin. He went 4 for 14. Like he had a real stinker.
He's out there popping threes now, though. I don't keep up on Detroit often enough. And I mean, Blake Griffin's out there popping threes now. They have another gentleman who has a foreign last name that starts with an M that I should remember at this very moment. Who also pop threes?
Man, I don't know how to say. I think it might be Mikhailuk.
You got it. Mikhailuk? Yeah, close enough. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that boy good. He got a little cannon on him.
He does. He was popping them. He's keeping them in the game, really. And then out of nowhere, and not to go too deep on this one game, but like Shemi Ojale decides to come in and just like the first 2 shots that they made in the fourth were 3-pointers from him, and that's just something
hell yeah.
Does. So yeah,
that was a great sign. Should have knew they were going to win. And
yeah, exactly. Happened. If he's making threes, then it's everything's good. I mean, I know I know he practices because he's basically he's a role player. So they figure just be out there ready to shoot threes and play defense. But I just don't. Sometimes actually, interesting stat that I found about him recently this season so far. And I don't know if it's the same way because this was a few days ago, but it's a very obscure stat. But the top 10 best Celtics 3-man lineups all have Shemi in them.
Ooh,
like the top plus, the top 10 plus minus 3-man lineups all have Shemi in them. So
okay, hold on a second.
Something out there, yeah.
Okay, that's super interesting. Your man played 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that how you say his name? Is it Shemi?
I believe it's pronounced Shemi Ojale. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I've been calling him Semi for a long time.
I don't think there's anything wrong with calling him Semi, but I have a feeling there's a boner implication there that he probably doesn't like. I don't really know. So
true. That's true.
Or it actually is probably just pronounced Shemi. I've heard it both ways.
Yeah, we've all had a Semi Ojale.
We've all dealt with boner implications at some point in our life.
Interesting. So he's got like a Sade thing, kind of going.
That's right, because she spells it the same way. That's right. The S that makes the SH sound.
Interesting.
Yeah, English
Um,
majors here on the Free Baller podcast.
yeah, trying to educate that ass.
Yeah, I mean, he had like 11 points. His plus minus was a -1, but that's whatever. Like that's not terrible for him. Yeah,
Yeah, he's having an impact. That's interesting. I mean, I feel like he's kind of been developing for a while, you know?
he
Uh,
has. Yeah, he's been a rookie with them for three, or not a rookie. He's been with the team for 3 or 4 years, I believe. Yeah, he came in with
yeah,
Gershon
yeah,
Yabaselli, the dancing bear. Yeah, so that's his name. He's the one that's thick,
yeah,
by the way. Yeah,
yeah. They drafted him. They drafted him in 27. Oh yeah, Yabusele.
yeah, Yabu or Yabuti, as people like to say.
Brad Stevens trying to make the most out of what he's got, you know?
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. I'm surprised like Grant Williams didn't get minutes. I'm still waiting to see Aaron Nesmith. I want to say Naismith because of basketball, but Aaron Nesmith, their
Because that would
top
be cool.
pick. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it would be cool. Yeah, it would just be great to see him out there. But Peyton Pritchard, actually, I almost
Oh
considered him for
yeah.
the OK Award. You actually knew more about him than I did initially. I don't keep track of college as often as I should, but Danny Ainge knows how to draft.
Yeah, yeah. Peyton, well, I think are they calling him True PP? I think they might be calling him True
Okay,
PP.
so the man's nickname is Fast PP.
Fast PP. Yes,
Kid
Fast
you not,
PP.
yeah. And he's rolling
Uh
with it.
See, this already to me from the outside looking in is a great sign. Unlike Paul Pierce, he's embracing the PP. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like at least so I haven't heard him not embrace it.
yeah.
So
He's got boner implications with that nickname.
yeah, he's got a Shemi Ojale.
Funnily enough, Jason Tatum, I think on Instagram, calls him 8 Mile, which I thought was kind of funny.
Oh wow, that is
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's that was pretty decent. And yeah, but he looks good. He was their last pick, I believe, in the draft, out of Oregon. And I mean, I think because of Kemba being out, they need somebody who plays point in there.
Yeah,
So they threw in Peyton Pritchard, Fast PP. They
Fast
threw in
PP.
Fast PP.
Yeah,
Yeah, bring Fast PP off the bench.
that's awesome. Yeah, he's coming out and contributing early. That's great being a rookie.
It's
Um
exciting. Yeah.
so uh so Aaron Nesmith was drafted higher than Fast PP.
First, he was their first pick. Yeah.
Yes. Nesmith was 14 and Fast PP was pick 26.
Mm-hmm.
Um so Nesmith, has he not made his debut yet, or what's going on with
He has
him?
not. He has not played in any games yet, though. I think Brad Stevens basically just said he doesn't think he's ready yet. So, yeah, which is pretty blunt.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm seeing him he's got some minutes. It looks like he's played
he played a few. I think like garbage time minutes, maybe. I think.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, nothing significant yet. So they're not. They're not. He's not like a rotation player, as it were. But I mean, I'm looking forward to it. He's got a shot. He's probably got one of the better shots on the team. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
that's too far. That's ridiculous. But yeah. So, but he's got a great shot. I'll just say that he's a shooter.
Okay. Yeah. I'm seeing in the game where Jalen had 42 and
Mm.
sat out the fourth, I believe.
Against
Against Memphis.
Yeah.
Nesmith got like 20 minutes in that game, like 20
Oh, yeah,
Garbo.
20 minutes? Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. So he's gotten some minutes, but I do think they are garbage time minutes.
Mhm.
He has 3 games with 20 minutes, 1 game with 9 minutes, and then I believe today he had a DMP, you know. So
DMP for sure.
yeah. You down with DMP? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
you
me.
know me.
That's Popovich. That's his
Oh.
favorite song.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, but Nesmith probably not enjoying that song. He probably wants to get out there and do his thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would too. That's I mean, the sooner the better.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, sometimes I feel like coaches they good, and Brad Stevens is a good coach, so he probably understands like how to like things that work for some dudes don't work for other dudes. And like sometimes I feel like coaches play this game, especially with rookies, of like a dangling carrot, like that you got to set a goal, especially if you think someone has more potential that they're not meeting. So maybe he's trying to hold this carrot in front of him of like if you work a little harder and you improve on this on whatever, that you could get in there and see some real action.
I had a feeling it was more of a case of he doesn't want to have two rookies possibly in the rotation at the same time. And he has to play Peyton because Peyton plays point guard and he's short on point guards at the moment. Actually,
Okay.
man, see that's tough to see that. Even that's not even really that true because he's got Teague and Smart. I mean, Smart's not like a pure point guard. Teague kind of more is.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's interesting. Actually, you might be right. Never mind. I totally might have botched that. In my opinion, there.
Yeah, and also I don't know. I mean, Nesmith, you could play him at guard. He's kind of swing manish. He's like 6'5".
He is. Yeah.
He's fighting. Um, you could be right though about if Kemba is healthy, I don't think we'd be seeing as many fast PP minutes. Because that's the reason why
Yeah.
Nesmith isn't playing or didn't play tonight. It's like, where does he fit in when you
Yeah.
got like
Yeah.
Tatum and Jalen Brown and Marcus Smart and Jeff Teague? You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Like
Yeah.
that's a full house right there. Like
Yeah. Just fast PP. Oh man.
that's a great nickname. I mean, I think this kid's off to a good start. Like when you have two funny and interesting nicknames and it's only the first week or two of the season of
Yeah.
your career, I
Yeah.
think that's a good sign. I feel Fast PP and 8 Mile. I mean, that's fantastic.
Oh man. Yeah, no, it's I'm excited just to see what he can do. I mean, it just proves, yeah, people say, I guess the general opinion is that Danny H can't draft. He also they say he can't bring in free agents. So, I mean, these opinions go flying around by the haters of the hater fans that are the Celtic rivals, like Sixers fans and stuff like that. So some Miami fans in there too, obviously. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah.
no
Yeah.
love lost.
Yeah. Fuck Danny Ainge. That's not even my opinion. That is this official Heat statement there.
You just have to say that, actually. Yeah, it's a if we talk about the Celtics too long, you almost have to say just fuck Danny Ainge.
um
I'll be honest, if he was the general manager of like another team, I would be like, this dude's a fucking prick. If you tell by looking at his face, he's got a punchable face, you know?
yeah, I mean, he GMs just like he played. I mean, he's one of
Yeah.
those guys where it's like when he's against you, it's like fuck this guy, man. But then
Yeah.
when he's on your team, you're like, hell yeah, Danny, let's fucking go get him.
It's true. Yeah. He's scrappy, he starts fights. He's that's how he GMs basically.
Well, that's interesting. We'll see how that develops. Welcome to the Free Ballers podcast. I'm
Ooh,
Alex
welcome.
here with John as always.
Hello.
What's up?
It's a smooth Sunday today.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
um,
About to play some Michael Bolton or something.
okay, Michael Bolton.
Play some Kenny G.
I don't know. After that Sade mention earlier, I'd be down with a little Sade in the
Oh
mix.
yeah. That would be smooth as fuck.
That's your girl, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Icon status is Bay for sure.
Sade.
Yeah, so first couple weeks of the season here. I'm looking at the standings. It's
I was
been
also
kind of
staring at the standings. Yeah.
it's been kind of a weird it's been weird. Like we have some teams that aren't uh we have a lot of underperforming teams. We got a lot of blowouts happening.
Mm,
Um Looking at the standings right now, I mean, the Nets, their first couple of games, it was like, holy shit, the Nets. Oh my God.
right.
Well, 3-4 right now. Uh
Did you happen to catch the ending of today's game that they
I
had
did
against Washington?
no, I saw that they lost. How did that go down?
Well, they lost. It was a very close game. The last two shots of the game were taken by Kyrie. Kyrie had to go the full length of the floor with 12 seconds left, and so he does that. He gets a nice clean look, misses. Ball gets tapped out to Durant. Obviously, that's the next best, or 1A 1B situation there. He gets
Yeah.
a clean look, both just playing off the front iron. It was a little it was weird just to see that. I mean, Kevin Durant has not lost a step. To be fair, he looks great out there.
Yeah.
But this last game, they lost to the Wizards, who are 2-5. So,
Yeah, the
um,
Wizards really needed that, man.
yeah,
I was talking to a friend about the Wizards Bulls game a couple nights ago, and he's a Bulls fan. He was all worried about he just didn't expect to win, and I was like, I don't know, dude. The at the time the Wizards were winless, and I felt like I could pretty much predict that, like, John I almost said John Wall. Uh
yeah.
Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal are gonna put on a hell of a show, but lose, and that's exactly what happened.
You nailed
Uh,
it.
that win over KD and the Nets, that puts them at 2-5. So they really fucking needed that.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know what their expectations are this year, but I mean, it's better than being 1-6, I guess. Is and that would put them at the very bottom. But I mean, what do you see from them? I mean, Bradley Beal is one of the best scorers. Is I think was the best scorer in the East last season. I
Yeah, I
believe
think
I believe he led
uh,
the East in points per game last season.
yeah, he low key, he might have led the league. I might have to look that
You
up.
wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, that's I was also going to do that same thing. Yeah, I think, and so I mean, he just needs the support around him, and now he technically has it with Westbrook. I guess the real thing there is how does Westbrook fit into the Wizards quote unquote system? I can't. I don't know what the Wizards system is. I don't know what their formula is, but if you do what you can to work a guy like Westbrook's talent in there, to get as much as you can out of him. So if Scotty Brooks is worth his salt as a coach, then he'll get the most out of Westbrook. But he's starting to. I mean, this season here with the Wizards so far is still too short to say anything, but he's starting not to be a guy who I think of as, oh, you got Westbrook on your team, you're going to start winning more games now.
Yeah, I was thinking that was a great trade for them to acquire Westbrook.
Mm.
And in my mind, it's the Eastern Conference. Westbrook's got, that triple double fire in his heart.
Mhm.
Probably a little chip on his shoulder because of whatever the fuck just happened in Houston. And I'm thinking, this could get you into the playoffs. A guy like this paired
Yeah.
with a guy like Beal, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That could get you into the playoffs. But after seeing these first 6 games or 7 games, it's I don't know. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's gonna lead to winning. Westbrook is stuffing the stat sheet, as is Beal, who he finished second in points last season
Yeah.
to
I'm just looking
James
at
Harden.
Harden's first, which we kind of should have known, I think, but whatever.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
um, yeah, it looks like, two guys going out and getting their numbers, uh, and that's it. That they haven't been able to put the wins together.
It's a shame. Because Bradley Beal is always highly coveted by other people. He's always mentioned in trade rumors. As a Miami fan, right?
Yeah,
You guys have been a major hard on for him. So
yeah.
which I get it, right? Like he's about to enter his prime, I think. So he's or if he's not already there, I'm not sure how old he is, but I mean, Yeah, I mean, he signed that major contract with Washington. And I was gonna say that maybe he so something he likes about being there, but if there's one thing I'm starting to realize is no contract is untradeable. So it may look gigantic, but teams will find a way if he absolutely wants out. So he's getting
Yeah,
paid no matter what. He doesn't care. I don't think he really truly cares whether it's in Washington or if it's another team. He just wants something that's guarantees he's going to get a certain amount of money before he retires, right? So
yeah,
this his stint with Washington, I mean, I think it depends on what happens this season. Shoot, he I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he got traded if they're not doing well enough. If he gets traded, at the trade deadline,
yeah, yeah. It could happen.
he is June 28th, 1993, so he's 27, and he'll be 28. Well, obviously later this year. Yeah. So yeah, I
Wow,
mean, he's still got like he's still got like a little bit of growing room in there too. So he's kind of entering his prime now. I
man.
mean, shoot.
It's honestly like if I just was looking at the stats of their players, um it's kind of crazy because like Bradley Beal currently he's played 6 of their games and he's averaging 31 points, 4 rebounds, and about 5 assists.
It's a great stat line.
Yeah, 2 steals. Pretty good. Uh Shooting 47%. Could do a little better from 3, shooting 27%, but that'll probably
Yeah.
go up. Then you got Westbrook hovering around 20 points a game, almost 13 rebounds and better than 12 assists.
Right.
Uh he's averaging a triple double like a
Currently.
monster, big old fat one. And his boy next to him is averaging 31.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's
They need, they need help. They need to blow up the rest of the team. Those two guys are playing out of their minds, but they have to blow up the rest of the team. And or there's a chemistry issue, something going on in the locker room, or maybe they're like quietly they're as dysfunctional as Houston or New York. We just don't know about it because it's Washington, and they just they're not. If you're dysfunctional and make the playoffs, you make a lot of news. If you're dysfunctional and you don't make the playoffs, nobody really cares.
Man, I wonder that's a really good point actually. Like if I was Tommy Shepard, their GM, or well, I don't know if that's his official title, but he's running things.
Mm-hmm.
If I was him, I would be looking at literally every other person on this team right
Yeah.
now, and I
Yeah.
would be like, "Oh, yeah, I would trade every single one of you,
Yeah.
motherfuckers!" Like, because if they
Honestly,
could,
yeah,
they
yeah, go ahead.
that's something to work with right there. You got
Mhm.
Bradley Beal, you got Russell Westbrook. If they could try to flip some of their other assets to get those guys a third big time guy, you might be talking about something. I don't know.
Honestly, other than like maybe Bertans and Hachimura, I don't see anybody on the team that they just couldn't, let's package them and get them the hell out of here and do something with
Yeah.
them. You know what I mean? There's nothing there that really stands out. So
How funny would it be if they like scrap up every single one of their draft picks and like Hachimura and Bertans and they
mhm.
trade for James Harden?
Oh, geez.
And
Right.
he ends up back with Westbrook again.
Oh man, I mean, just the amount of points scored. I mean, oh man.
Yeah, that would probably be not good. I think. I don't
No,
know.
no.
It doesn't seem fit wise like a good idea.
Yeah, because I don't think they liked playing with each other in that one season in Houston, to be honest. So
Yeah. Um. Well, yeah, that's been weird.
that might be the most in depth we've ever gone on a team like Washington, like ever in this whole podcast adventure we're having
Well,
here.
yeah, that's one thing that happens when
Yeah,
Westbrook comes to your team.
it's true. It does help. He does bring attention there. So yeah,
Then you got Philly on the other end of things, starting out 5-1.
top of the
Um,
East, they are
yeah,
scary.
from what I've seen, Tobias Harris has been making a huge impact, a much stronger impact on the court than the previous seasons with Philly. And I'm wondering, like, I guess I guess maybe that's Doc, you know?
There is a Doc effect there. I actually caught a little bit of the Charlotte Philly game that was yesterday, and word is that Doc wants him to be a little more not aggressive, but he wants him to not hesitate to shoot. Basically, I think
Yeah.
last season, I don't know if this is a product of coaching, but he was just not. Yeah, he was just not. He was just hesitant to take a shot, and Doc said, don't hesitate. You came here for a reason. They got you from the Clippers for a reason. So have at it. Actually, now that I think about it, he used to coach him. So yeah, maybe that's the whole thing. Maybe he's just more comfortable with Doc Rivers. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Hmm.
sense. He knows how to use Tobias probably a little
Hmm.
better than maybe old dude did. All
This
right.
5-1 start for them, putting them at the top of the East. I mean, is it too soon to say that that's the effect of having Doc Rivers as your coach over Brett Brown? Over Brett Brown?
Uh I don't think so. I don't think so. They have largely the same roster for the most part. They did benefit greatly. I think one of the best trades for either side was the Seth Curry Josh Richardson trade.
Mm,
Uh, the Mavericks sent Seth Curry to Philly and
yep.
they got Josh Richardson. Both guys immediately are fitting in fantastic with their teams, and addressing immediate needs that like those teams had and shit. So that looks good. So
Maybe more importantly, I was going to say Danny Green. The addition of Danny Green there.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
a
they basically are doubling down on Ben Simmons and not caring whether he shoots threes or not. So they said, well, we're just going to bring in two guys who are already pretty good at the 3-point shot to make up for the fact that basically Ben Simmons is not going to get better at it. So that's that.
yeah,
Did you realize? Did you know? It's fun fact about Seth Curry since you mentioned him. He is second all time in 3-point field goal percentage.
yeah. He's got
Seth
them
Curry.
Curry genes.
Yeah, which is crazy. And that's behind Steve Kerr, by the way, who's first all time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The
Kind of
Warriors have
nuts.
so much 3-point power and juices flowing from them all around the league.
All the juices.
Yeah, so they also have Dwight too, so those are things. I guess
That's
the team
major.
is I guess team is a little bit different than what Brett Brown had. So you can't really say, but I mean, I don't know, the eye test wise it does kind of look like Doc has them going in the right direction.
They look great. Yeah, I mean, I mean, this was just the only game I've seen so far is this Charlotte game. Charlotte kind of hung in there with them for a little bit, but for the most part, Philly just kind of, whenever the game got close, they would just build the lead back out, and then they kind of ran away with it at the end there. Um, Charlotte, interesting too, since if we're going to talk about them, but yeah, but Philly, I mean, top of the East. I mean, I think they could be legit actually, which is scary because I hate when Philly's good because they're just very obnoxious about it. But I mean, hey, this might be where the process ends right here.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Looking out west, uh, the Suns getting that Chris Paul effect, you know, uh,
Mm-hmm.
5-2, and they also just they not only getting Chris Paul but getting you know damn, where the hell did he go? Like guys like Jay Crowder.
Oh yeah,
um
yeah, major.
yeah, that they're I don't think it's like a fluke or anything. I think they're going to continue to win. They're at the top of the West.
The 8 game bubble phenomenon is carrying over. I mean, they I don't know how to describe where this is coming from for them because I still never really solved how they did that in the bubble, to be honest. Unless
Yeah,
Devin Booker, it's a combination, I think, of Devin Booker sort of coming into his own. Um, but man, you go down their roster, it's just tough to pinpoint like what's. But yeah, you're right. No, Jay Crowder being there, that's a major addition. DeAndre Ayton actually, I mean, deserves a lot of credit here. He's an
yeah, I agree.
incredible draft pick. Yeah, so
Oh, Saric as well.
I
They
just
they
saw
didn't
that.
add
Yeah,
him this year, but I think they added him last year. But That's a nice little addition. I think basically this is the best team they've given Devin Booker since drafting him, and he's only improved every season he's been in the league. We
Mhm.
just saw them go undefeated in the bubble, just narrowly missing out on that playing game. Uh, I guess this is what it's going to be like for Devin Booker. Like when he's got a squad. I believe it. It makes sense to me. He's that good. Um, I think they'll keep it up.
I like that. I mean, I like when teams like Phoenix are doing well. I feel like they've been sort of in the basement, the NBA's basement, for a long time. Um, Looking at like just their team stats so far this season, obviously it's only 7 games in, but you know what? I'm gonna stop mentioning that. Like whatever. I don't care how early it is. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
no, I want to
yeah.
overreact
Yeah, let's
entirely
let's
to.
completely overreact. They rank first in the league in opponents points per game. So their defense is, I mean, maybe that's my answer right there. Is they're just playing amazing defense.
Yeah,
Ninth in assists also, and that's ninth in assists. That's, I mean, obviously that's a product of Chris Paul, but
yeah,
considering they had to give up Ricky Rubio in this past off season, and
yeah,
they're still doing well in assists, which doesn't surprise me. It's just, he's a plug and play superstar, basically Chris Paul. You know what I mean? You put him in, and he's a winner. The man is a winner. I mean, take away the fact he doesn't have rings, he's still a winner. You put him on a
it's true.
team, he improves them. So
It's true. He's done nothing but improve his stock since the Houston thing didn't work out. Like
mhm.
ever since they traded him, uh, doing what he did on the Thunder, I think really added some value to him because he didn't cause a fuss. He didn't demand to be traded or anything.
Right.
He wrote it out, and they went to the playoffs. Like
Mhm. This man's
um,
only 4 months younger than LeBron James. He's going to be 36 this year, and he's doing this at his age, basically. Yeah, for a point guard, is pretty amazing.
yeah. And then the Lakers and Clippers continuing being good.
Yeah.
Um, and other than that, really, I mean, there's a lot of like wacky stuff going down. I mean, the Jazz are doing good. Um, you got the Pelicans in there. That kind of makes sense, I feel, with Zion
It's their
getting.
time, I think. Yeah, they're this year they're going to turn the corner, I think, officially, and be like a solid playoff team. Actually, they're fifth right now. Wouldn't surprise me if they stayed at fifth. To be very honest.
The Warriors like having a shaky start. Even I mean, they don't have Clay, but still having Steph back, I think this is kind of weird for any of their like at least bandwagon most recent fans.
Yeah,
Because it's like what the fuck, like Steph, we got Steph, and like it's not exactly going down out there.
it is eerily quiet out here, to be very honest, as someone who lives in Warriors land. Yeah, it's eerily quiet. They nobody's saying anything. There's probably one fan I can think of who's a coworker, and she's just an older lady, and she follows whoever's on the team. Like that's, she's like, I really like this guy, and I'm like, oh, you follow that guy? And yeah, I mean, I can probably tell her, yeah, Ubre's not having a really good year. He's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, he's he normally shoots way better than this. I'm like, yeah, he's supposed to be like Clay's replacement while Clay's injured. So he's been, and that's kind of leads me into him, and he's had a very, very rough start to this season so
Yeah,
far. Yeah.
yeah, it's unfortunate. I think he had like a preseason game where he looked really good, and
Hmm.
ever since the regular season began, he didn't hit a three for like multiple games.
Hmm.
Um, Anything that's not a dunk has presented a challenge for this man, and
Hmm.
Wiggins, it looks like the last couple of games Wiggins has been on fire. So that's a good sign. He seems like he's responding to the criticisms. But yeah, Oubre, I feel like this sucks for him because of Clay's injury. If Clay didn't get hurt, who knows? Maybe they wouldn't have acquired him. But uh, if he would have been in this position with a healthy Clay, I don't think they would. And he did all the same things. I don't think people would be talking about it the same way. I think he's got the spotlight on him because he's vaulted into this role,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not working out.
It's not. The only thing that they can really hang their hat on right now is Wiseman's out there putting out some good highlights. Their top draft pick.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
looks pretty good actually. So that might be something that they can sort of be optimistic about going forward. But I don't know if you saw the photograph from one of their previous games where Steph was basically bringing the ball up. He was about at half court, and the opposing team had about four guys like
yeah,
waiting there
yeah,
to meet him. And like and I mean, I don't, say a picture says 1,000 words, but is that the Clay effect? Is that the thing where you're okay just double teaming Steph the whole time with this team now because they don't have any other threats?
yeah. That's definitely what's going down out there. I mean, when the Warriors had full death lineup and Kevin Durant, you could never do that because you're gonna to do that you'd be leaving open surefire threats,
Right.
and now they can teams can take a chance with that because you could kind of live with the other options out there. If the other guys have to beat you'll take it, and that's what teams been doing to them.
Yeah, it's a fall from grace for them a little bit. Just is what it is. Dynasties come and go now, and I think this is it for them. So
I think they'll bounce back. I just think they're having to face the harsh reality of not just easily, because I mean they were one of the greatest teams of all time at their full strength
sure,
with some of these gut players they still have.
73 and
So
up.
yeah, so that's like I think they're just remembering like, oh yeah, that's right. Like we don't always have Kevin Durant and Clay and Steph and Draymond. Like um
Is and here's another too early hot take, but is Steve Kerr getting exposed a little bit
I think this is his moment right here to
to truly shine? Right.
yeah, this is like a fork in the road for him where he can try to define himself as a coach beyond what they did with that amazing team, because people will always try to undermine what coaches do when if you have the best players, like Phil Jackson is one of the best to ever do it, but he
Hmm.
also had Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kobe Bryant,
Right.
like
Yeah.
um but does that make him not good? I don't think so, because other other coaches have good players too. Not every coach is ready to have those players to then go on to that next level.
That's true.
So Steve Kerr still, I think, should get the credit for being the coach of those teams, but this is a moment where you know, he's gonna either get a hell of a lot more of those types of criticisms where it's like, oh well, he had KD and that's how it goes. Or like he's gonna prove that he doesn't need not even a championship to show you that he's a good coach. And I think he's a good coach, so I think he'll come out on top of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I don't know. Verdict's still out for me, I guess. It's it's still it's you can't deny the fact that he inherited what Mark Jackson kind of built there for a little bit, and then took it to the next level. And then they gave him Durant, and that got him another championship. So it's just like, man, I don't know. I think Verdict is still out for me on him. But I'd like
Yeah.
to see what he does this season with this major injury to Clay, and if with basically one All Star or two All Stars on the team, Draymond Green. So
Yeah, fuck Steve Kerr.
yeah.
Nah, I like Steve Kerr.
I do too.
He's just a brilliant dude too. I feel like he has a rare wit about him. Like he's never, you can't catch this man slipping. Like
No,
whenever he's got the microphone in front of him, there's a chance for him to respond to some bullshit ass question or something. Like he always comes with the fire. And I feel like that's a sign of his personality. That's the type of shit that gets you to the point where you're coaching for multiple championships.
this dude was
Yeah,
punched in the face by Michael Jordan when he was a player.
yeah, and then had the balls to be like, if you give it to me, I got it. I'm ready.
Yeah. And of course he was ready. God
Yeah,
damn.
and he hit the shot.
God, he was the most annoying player on the court too.
Yeah, his playing career was great. I mean, he has like real Ori vibes, you know.
I mean, yeah, for real. Like almost literally. I mean, he did play with Ori too, I believe, for a while on the Spurs. I could be wrong. I don't know
Yeah,
if he was
just
there, they were there at the same time. But he's the
yeah,
only one who like left the Bulls and like still won championships
yeah.
as a player. Yeah.
Just dudes with reliable 3-point shots and really like just being in the right place at the right time.
And he knows his role too, right? Like he's, yeah, I'll come off the bench. I'm only 6'1". I'll shoot threes, done and done. I'm out of here. So yeah.
Punch Michael Jordan, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever you guys need me to do.
Oh man.
I bet some of the other guys low key were like pretty happy about him fighting Michael Jordan.
Yeah, well, but if the rumors are true, they also kind of hated Michael Jordan a little bit too, right? I mean, that's the rumor, is that he was kind of a bastard in practice. So
Yeah. So if Steve Kerr got some licks in, I'm sure the other guys were like, yeah,
pretty happy. Yeah.
about time somebody stood up to this motherfucker.
Seriously.
Well, yeah, we'll see. The Steve Kerr's definitely on the hot seat. Not there. His job's not in danger or anything.
No,
like,
not yet. Yeah.
his legacy is, and possibly Steph Curry. They are in a position where they are going to have to defend their legacy, if anything.
Do you see him going anywhere else in his career?
Curry?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna say no, just because of
that's what I think too.
the success that he's been able to have there. It shouldn't be too hard for him to feel comfortable staying and think he still will have a chance. But shit's been so crazy. Like this NBA is completely different than it was just a couple years ago. So
For real.
You never know what could happen if they continue on this losing streak, or if they continue to lose games like that. That could change everything. So I don't know.
Maybe it's trying to blow it up, type of a thing. Yeah.
But their owner seems like he's tries to go for it, and they still have Curry and Clay. Not having Clay for a year, I don't know. That kind of makes it seem like it might take 2 bad years for something drastic to happen.
Really?
Like,
Okay.
like I think if they just are straight trash this season, I think you still kind of gotta do your due diligence and see what it's like with Clay too. So
That's interesting. But now you're talking about 10 years, or sorry, 2 years of them having Steph Curry not making the playoffs or doing anything. And he's getting paid a ton of money.
And he's in his prime. So you don't want to waste those sweet prime juices.
So they almost so I guess we don't say prime juices, man. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, watch out for them in the trade discussions this year, or maybe don't, because they're typically pretty quiet about that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, if like you said, if the losing continues, drastic moves will have to be made. So
yeah, as long as we're looking at the standings and it's like 7 games in, and we're wholeheartedly overreacting to everything, I have to think with every single team that we're talking about, what if they traded for Westbrook, or what if they traded for Harden? What if they
Yeah.
traded for Harden?
Yeah, which is that's an interesting thing, especially at this point.
That would
Which
be wacky.
which could lead us into our okay awards if you're down, if you have your horse picked out.
Cue the music, Craig.
Okay, okay, okay,
I see you.
okay. Well, I mean, you first. Who's your okay award? Who does it go to for this week?
Well, my okay award goes
Hmm.
to the Cleveland Cavs, man. The
Ooh, an
Cleveland
entire team.
Cavaliers. The whole team gets a massive okay.
Okay.
I see you.
Yeah, see.
4-2 start. The Sexland backcourt fucking just doing their thing.
Mhm.
It's cool. It's fun. It's awesome. I gotta give them the okay award. I don't know if they'll be able to keep it up. So this is like a little championship.
Considering, boy, it's a good choice. By the way, I like how you went with an entire team on this one. I like them. I think I'm not ruling out playoffs at all. Actually, the whole city of Cleveland. I don't know if you follow football, but the Browns are just made the playoffs today too, which is amazing. Which is more amazing for them, even really. So, but
Okay.
since we okay, you didn't. I mean, you didn't even mention that the fact that they still have Kevin Love. I mean, I mean, Sexland has been, dominating the headlines, obviously, and both of those guys are great. But they still have Kevin Love there and Andre Drummond, and JaVale McGee. So I mean, this is a team that is, I mean, they're poised to make some moves, I think, and of course,
True.
Chetty Osman off the bench.
Yeah. Love me some Chetty. Andre Drummond is a great player. This is really good for him because he's kind of banished to the shadow realm
Yeah,
by
yeah,
being on this team. So this is a moment for him to be like, hell no, like this team's gonna be good because I'm here. Um, but yeah, Garland and especially Sexton, man, the Colin Sexton's playing out of his mind, and both those guys are very young, so uh the sky's the limit for those guys, I feel.
yeah. This could be him, like, kind of turning the corner. Like, he's been in the league 2 years, if I am correct, out of 2 years. So yeah, so this could be him, I think, turning the corner a little bit. Actually, I think this is where he's rounding out, and the team is, they stuck with him for long enough, and so this could be a big season for him. Of course, you did mention on the last episode that they have D Wade coming off the bench.
Yes, that was the very next thing I was going to
which is
say.
the best. Yeah,
Of course, they're off to a great start when they have D Wade coming off the bench. It makes perfect sense. Case closed.
absolutely. Case closed. Yeah, yeah, they definitely deserve the. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I see you. I see you.
Also, Larry Nance Jr. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's I think, I mean, 4-2, fourth in the East right now. I mean, the as far as team stats that stand out, they're sixth in assists per game, which is pretty big. I mean, for a team that's young like that, they pass the ball well. So that's good to see. Yeah,
Yeah.
this could be. I mean, yeah, Cleveland could be. We could see them in the playoffs if things keep going the way they're going.
Yeah. Larry Nance also leading or second on the team in assists. Larry Nance second on the team
Is that so?
in assists. Yeah. Right now he's putting up 5.2 assists per game. 5 assists, 7 rebounds, and 9 points. That's pretty good. That's like
That's very interesting.
yeah, that's like that, like Andre Kirilenko type shit, where it's like he's just doing a little bit of everything, and like maybe a casual fan would be like, well, what is he really doing? It's like, nah, bro, he's kind of like the glue of everything that's happening right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I don't. That's by the way. I need to take a step back. That was a blast from the past there that you pulled.
Yeah,
Andre Kirilenko, yeah, great player that whose name does not get mentioned enough. I think sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah, AK-47.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if the nickname would fly like in
No,
2021,
no,
but
absolutely not.
it was fire back in the day.
No, don't say fire. Yeah, no, they look very interesting with the Cavs. It's good to see them. Good to see them doing well so soon after losing LeBron, basically. Which I think we mentioned. Same thing, same exact statement I said in the last episode, but I stand by it. So soon after losing LeBron, they're already looking pretty good. So
Who does your OK award go to this week?
my okay award, the guy who that I'm noticing he's on my radar. I see you. Is John Wall. It was a he doesn't this is a guy who does not need recognition. He's received plenty of it in the past. But after being out 2 years with an injury, he's now 2 games into the with his this season, his future basically with the Rockets. 25 points per game so far, and he's actually interesting stat I found for him. Total of 50 points in his first 2 games after a 2-year layoff. This is one of those obscure stats again. Warning, but the last player to do that, I'll let you guess.
Okay, the last player.
I'll rephrase.
Yeah, this is a meaty one.
Yeah. The last time a player had a 2-year layoff, how well did they do in their first 2 games to be scoring 50 points in their first 2 games?
Okay, like total.
Yes.
Interesting. With 2 years off. Wow. Fucking Michael Jordan. I don't know.
You fucking nailed it. Yep.
That is who else is out here just casually taking 2 years off and shit?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why it's one of those obscure stats. But I mean, it's worth mentioning.
Yeah. That's actually like perfect stat for this point in the season,
Yeah. Now, am I saying John Wall is Michael Jordan level? Absolutely not.
Right now, you goddamn right he is in
right
these
now.
first 7 games. Tomorrow, I don't know.
Yeah. He looks great out there. I watched these last 2 games that they played with the Kings. Kings, I mean, you say what you want about him, but so I'm not going to consider that. But this guy's in 2 years off, like major rust, major injury, if I remember correctly, and just he looks great out there. And so obviously he'll come down to earth a little bit, but I think, I mean, interesting thing about this going forward is I wonder if he can convince Harden to stay if the team is doing well enough. They both, they're both kind of ball heavy guards. I mean, it's, I don't know. It's interesting.
The one true backcourt mate.
Yeah. I mean, apparently Chris Paul wasn't good enough. Westbrook wasn't good enough. So this could be it.
I wonder if John Wall is like insecure at all in that relationship, knowing that Westbrook and Chris Paul weren't good enough,
Oh, that's true. Can you imagine them? They're just laying in bed together. I'll never be Chris Paul, Oh man. Yeah. But I'm the eye test, after watching those 2 games, his speed is still there. The other players in the court have no issues with him. So chemistry looks good. He's out there teaching guys how to get, more open shots and stuff. It's that's a winning team. I mean, if it's a combination of the new coach and new ownership basically, and not new ownership, new general management, I should say. And having John Wall there, that's that could change a lot because there were a lot of teams vying for James Harden, at least as far as we know.
Yeah, he's looking really good for a guy who hasn't played in pretty much 2 years, and had an Achilles injury. So that's dudes don't always come back from that.
Plus, I just kind of miss seeing him on the court, to be honest. I like watching him play and watching his game. So
Yeah, yeah, he's still out there running the break and stuff. He looks like his usual self.
Yeah,
So
it's like nothing's changed really. So
yeah,
um,
that's exciting. You know,
modern medicine.
I'm sure Rockets fans would rather not be dealing with all the drama that they currently are, but that's like a little silver lining in there.
You know, it's funny with any NBA fan is you tend to kind of ignore the drama
True.
as long as there's winning happen. So yeah, if they're winning, then it's like, well, whatever.
Christian Wood just
He
balling.
looks amazing. Yeah, he was very much being just kept in the shadows playing in Detroit. Um, this he could be. I mean, he's kind of their X factor now. He's amazing out there. I saw him popping threes. I mean, he's doing that. He's added that to his game. So he's just it looks really really good.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of feel like that could also be a thing where James Harden's like, like, okay,
Yeah.
like let's just drop him off. Christian Wood, okay, like
Right.
maybe this might not be so bad. I
Yeah.
mean, uh,
He's been fooled before though. So
yeah, I think Kobe had asked to be traded at one point, and the Lakers were like, nah. And they just like they made some trades and got like Gasol and stuff, and then Kobe was like, okay.
yeah, they just surrounded him with some shit he wanted. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Remember, I mean, you remember Scottie Pippen asked to be traded, when he was not getting paid the money he wanted. He sat out for like almost a whole season.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, John Wall, much deserving of an OKAYY Award. He's playing
I see him.
more than
I see
okay.
him. Yeah.
See him. See him and the Cavs. Well dang. Well dang.
Well dang.
Oh shit. Oh, I got some information coming in from Bernie Sanders. Oh my god.
Can you hear me? Is this Alexis? Is this the
Yes.
free bowler?
Yes, Bernie, you're currently on air.
Hang on just one moment. I'm finishing my tuna sandwich.
Oh, delicious. It's such an honor. Thanks for coming on. Love that you're a frequent contributor. What you got, Bern?
This sandwich was not paid for by the taxpayers. Just like to make that clear to you, Alexis.
For sure. We definitely want everyone to know that.
I have breaking news for you and the free ballers and all of the 99% of your listeners. Wait, breaking news? Do we have breaking news by the way, or
kind of?
Okay.
Steph Curry just dropped 62.
Whoa.
This man just dropped 62 on the Blazers. And obviously they won.
Yeah.
So Bernie Sanders, Senator.
Yes.
I understand that you have some percentages and some data here on Steph Curry's performance.
I am just now getting the news, and I will fill you in at this moment, Alexis. Now, Stephen Curry, in a 36-minute game, 36 minutes and 26 seconds to be exact, shot 18 of 31 from the field. That is good for 58.1%. He was 8 for 16 from three. That's good for 50%, an even 50%.
Oh,
Add to that, Mr. Free Baller. 18 of 19 from the free throw stripe. That is good for 94.7% from the free throw stripe. From the charity stripe, that is.
Wow. That is absolutely incredible. What a performance.
I am once again asking you to look at Stephen Curry's stat line for tonight's game because he put in 62 points against the Portland Trail Blazers.
Well, Bernie, that's an incredible development, and
Alexis, he had a 20 plus minus. He was a plus 20 for this game. I mean, he is not fucking around, as it were.
That is, I would say, no. I would say that he fuck around. He did not. Absolutely incredible, Bernie. what a treat to have you pop on.
Sanders out.
what a what a it was his career high. Holy shit.
Is that his
Six
career high? I feel
yeah,
like he's. Oh, by the way, thanks for Bernie coming in there too. I really appreciate that he, took time out of his busy Senate schedule to, just deliver a random stat line from a NBA Hall
yeah,
of Famer.
yeah, what a guy. Fucking I mean, he claimed to be Bernie Banders, but we know who he really is. We know exactly who he was.
Yeah, he's not fooling anybody. I know that voice anywhere.
Yeah.
He's got
Uh,
my vote still.
um yeah, career high 62. It's almost as if he felt
Yes.
us talking shit about them.
Or this was absolutely necessary just to get them to beat Portland.
It's true. That's pretty much yeah, probably that, but you know what I'm saying? He felt us talking shit a little bit somewhere. Like his hair wiggled a little bit in the wind.
I've been
A
told he
funny
does listen
way.
to the Free Ballers podcast. Yeah. So
Yeah, he could be listening. Um yeah, Wiggins put in 21. Didn't
Oubre was
shoot the three very well, but he shot overall very well. Um, and yeah, Oubre also you could say the same for him.
1 of 5.
Yeah, 1 of 5 for three, but overall, 7 for 13. It was a productive night, 17 points. Um, you know, Draymond Green and Stephen Curry combined for 63 points. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't beat the
Yeah.
Warriors when that
Yeah.
happens.
Oh man, that's good stuff. Crazy with Draymond Green, by the way, since we're looking at this box score here. 1 point, uh, 3 fouls, 1 turnover, 1 block, 1 steal, 8 assists, 3 rebounds. This
Little
man,
this, a little that, just a
he's a
sprinkle of this.
he's all sprinkles, but he's a plus 22. That's higher than Steph Curry scored 62 points. He's a plus 20. I
Yeah.
don't know. Is the plus minus, is it even like, does it matter anymore? Like, are we worried about this?
Yeah, it's like you got to look at it in context of the game, but I do think that Draymond is one of those glue guys. 8 assists. No wonder, getting 8 assists and only 1 turnover in 27 minutes, and he only took 2 shots. He only even attempted 2 shots. That means he's keeping the ball moving, not turning the ball over. He's making the offense work.
Hmm.
Um, so that I think in context, I think his plus minus makes sense to me.
I guess it's still a mystery to me, I guess, because I don't know. Steph Curry puts up a career high 62, but for the game, he still wasn't as valuable to the team winning as Draymond Green was,
Well,
technically.
yeah, I think it's like because I think that is just the nature of plus minus, and like it's more of a factor of Steph played 36 minutes and Draymond played 27 minutes. So like
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
in the
Okay.
mix of everything in those 36 minutes, he was plus 20, like and Draymond was in for a little bit less minutes, so he missed out on probably some shittier moments.
Interesting.
But yeah, wow, what a game. 62 doing his thing.
Why do I
That
feel like he scored 60 in a game before?
yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe
I mean, he really only proved that he still has it. 54 is previous career high. Yeah, I should have known that. Okay. That was 8 years ago.
yeah.
That's interesting. Um, yeah, it just I mean, this proves he still has it. So I mean, which wasn't really something that was in question, right? I mean, I knew he's still good enough. I mean, he's in his prime now. So I guess the real thing is, can he keep the Warriors at the level they've been used to for the past 5, 6 years?
Yeah. I like that this happened for the fact that maybe going forward this means they're gonna do like a full on James Harden situation going on with
You're
him.
right. Yeah, I think they've officially given up on Giannis because that's a rumor that was going around for the longest time, which I don't know if you ever heard. At least I heard it out here way too often. But yeah, I like where you're going with
Well,
that.
well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, playing Steph Curry like the way in a system like James Harden, where
Oh, I misunderstood. Yeah, I jumped
yeah,
in.
yeah, like just going full James Harden with him as far as the offense, and it's like he's so good that, and the with Clay being out, it makes all the sense in the world that you would need to maximize and get everything you could get out of just Steph Curry, um, and maybe this could be a sign of how the rest of their season will look on the court. It would be pretty fun to see like Steph Curry just trying to go off every night.
That's true. I would be here for that for sure. Just to watch him just jacking up threes every single time he comes down the court. Yeah, no, I'm all for that. Actually, I thought last season he might have. I thought because of the injuries last season, I thought he might win MVP because I thought he would just kind of go off and just be out there, doing like ultimate, super saiyan Steph Curry things.
Yeah.
But of course, the injuries happened, and he went down, and so he just took the rest of the season off. But yeah, so maybe I can scooch that prediction up to this season. If he stays healthy enough, he'll just go out there and just do straight up, amazing Steph Curry things, and look for an MVP caliber season.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm glad. I think I would take any sort of sitting senator to come in onto our podcast, but especially a one Bernie Sanders for sure.
Yeah, it's true. That's pretty unbelievable, and I personally don't believe it myself.
Well,
but
we don't have time for these for your doubts, Alex. If Bernie Sanders or Bernie Sanders wants to call back, then, I think I'll be picking up the phone.
Well, that's all we have for today, y'all. It's been real.
It's been real.
It's been so real.
We spoiled you guys.
Yes, we did.
It's not often you get to listen to a podcast with a sitting senator.
Unbelievable guest on the show. Surprise. He pressed start on that screen in Street Fighter.
We
You know what I'm talking about. Here comes the new challenger.
I did. Yeah.
Nobody expected it.
Oh man. No, he probably picked like Zangief too, which is so annoying. I hated Zangief.
But
actually, no, he wasn't as annoying as the guy with the legs that extend too far. What's his Dulcim?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Those legs though, epic.
Those legs though.
Epic. But yeah, hit us up on Twitter, freeballerspod. Hit us up, send us an email if you want to directly talk shit to us at freeballerspod@gmail.com.
Yeah, send us the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. Send us your 1% opinions. That's what we really want.
Shout out to Jeff in our listener Hall of Fame. Amazing insight and feedback all the time, and also in the guest Hall of Fame.
That's true, actually.
Wear your mask. Do your thing. Love y'all.
Yeah. Also, if you live in Georgia, go out and vote.
If you live in Georgia, go out and vote for sure.
Stay safe, babies.